9 years old. Summer vacation at my grandmother's house. Carefree days, no school, just endless time to play. That day, my grandmother was at work, so I invited my best friend over. We decided to play hide and seek. I was the one hiding. The apartment had many good hiding spots, but I wanted something special. I stepped out onto the balcony, where an old, massive wardrobe stood, stuffed with forgotten things. It looked as if no one had opened it in years. Dust-covered, damp wooden scent, dim light barely creeping through its cracks. A perfect hiding place. I slowly opened the heavy doors. Inside it was dark. Too dark. Hanging clothes and old blankets formed an eerie void, an abyss swallowing all light. I couldn't see the back of the wardrobe at all. Swallowing my hesitation, I climbed inside, pressed myself into the far right corner, and shut the doors tightly. My friend finished counting in the hallway.
29, 30.
I could hear him walking through the apartment. Stifling a giggle, I leaned against the wooden panel, waiting for him to find me. But then, something changed. I wasn't alone anymore. The wardrobe was tiny, but I could hear breathing. Ragged, hoarse, right next to me. This wasn't my imagination. I could feel its warmth on my skin. Paralyzing fear gripped me. My muscles locked. My heart froze in my chest. I wanted to escape, but I couldn't move. To stop myself from screaming, I knocked on the wooden door.
I hear you.
My friend's footsteps rushed toward the balcony. He flung the doors open and tore apart the hanging clothes with both hands. And then, he froze. His face twisted in the most horrified, unnatural expression I had ever seen. At first, I didn't understand why. But then, I turned my head to the right. She was there. A woman, tall, unnaturally thin, dressed in a long white gown. Black, tangled hair obscured most of her face, but I could see her mouth, stretched unnaturally, like a silent scream. She was standing way too close. She was breathing into my ear. I screamed. My friend screamed too. We burst out of the wardrobe and ran to the kitchen. We made a terrible mistake. We should have run toward the front door, toward escape. But fear clouded our judgment. We crawled under the kitchen table, shaking. We heard the footsteps, soft, bare, slowly moving across the apartment. I forced myself to peek through the window and screamed for help. A neighbor from upstairs heard me.
Are you okay? What's wrong?
The wardrobe. On the balcony. There was someone in there.
Minutes passed before we heard the apartment door creak open. The neighbor stepped inside. We held our breath as he walked to the balcony. His footsteps. Silence, then his voice.
There's no one here.
But there's something left. The dirty footprints of bare feet. They started from the deep corner of the wardrobe and led straight to my bed.